Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. We're going to start the meeting for the Dutchess County IDA Finance and Audit Committee meeting. We're going to do a roll call.
Yeah, and Jasmine can do the roll call. Jasmine, if you unmute yourself. There you go. Yep. All right, we can hear you. You can do the roll call, Jasmine? Can she not hear us? Can you hear us, Jasmine?
Is her volume on there?
Oh, maybe her volume's not on. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Jasmine, is your volume on?
Now I hear you.
It doesn't look like it's, let me just, going to my volume.
Test, hello? You hear us?
Okay, Jasmine, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, great.
Okay, good. All
Okay.
right.
Could you do the roll call, please, Jasmine?
Kathy Bauer,
Here.
Jamie Pacone,
Here.
Don Sagliano.
Okay, first on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the March 9th, 2023 meeting. Could I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
I will second the motion. All in favor? Or Jasmine, can you take the vote, please?
Jamie Pacone,
Approved.
Kathy Bauer.
Approved. And I don't believe, we don't have any old business, correct, Sarah?
We have no old business.
Okay, and then new business. First, we have the RFP from the auditors. On the page, we have the listing of the 3 auditors that responded. And on here, we have the prices for the next 3 years for the contract, with the notation that RBT, our current auditor, and PFK do have experience working with IDAs, and the other, Prager Metis, only has experience with government entities. I know my personal opinion, Jamie, I didn't know if you had anything you wanted to say about the prospective auditors?
No,
No, okay.
no, I mean, I'm very comfortable with RBT, yeah. I've never heard of the other 2.
Okay, RBT, yes, I like working with RBT. I think they have the knowledge and experience working with us. PFK, I do know them. They're a decent firm and everything. I don't have anything bad to say about them. My only concern would be getting them up to speed on how we operate in the middle of tax season, at the height of tax season, and having to get them to get us our information on time so we could get it to the state and meet our deadlines. That's my only concern about switching firms. And then Prager Metis, they don't have experience with an IDA, plus they were the most expensive, double of what we are currently paying.
So, Jane and I discussed, and we feel similar, the same with those, is that we just think that it's a busy compliance season for us, and RBT's quote is still competitive with PKF O'Connor, and so while
It's a
it may
holiday.
be.
I don't think you guys are here anyway, right? Monday?
I think
Somebody walked in.
someone walked in. Anyway, but that just the work that we would have to put in to get another auditor up to speed is not going to be worth the discount that PKF would provide.
Yeah, it's not even significant.
Yeah.
Right. Do we need a vote on that or
So just a recommendation
Okay.
for the full board.
Okay, so Jamie, if you're in agreement, then we would recommend continuing on with RBT.
I would make a motion to continue with RBT for the next 3 years, correct?
Yes.
At the amounts listed on our schedule.
I will second that motion. Okay. And then next, our proposed budget. Are you doing this or Jane?
We're both of
Okay.
us are gonna do it. So the IDA, I'm gonna go through the, estimated end of year first and then go into the 2024 budget. But, we're in terms of, revenue, we do expect a higher revenue, than budgeted, based on, we've closed so far on 4 projects. That is 23 Eastdale, Can-Am, 32 Eastdale, and Belfield Phase 2. This estimate also includes, I don't know if you remember, but Arthur May had asked for their admin fee to be on a payment plan. So they're on a 3-year payment plan. So it includes year 2 of that payment plan. And then also in the estimated end of year is the closing costs of Hudson Todd and Mirbeau. So that accounts for
This year?
This year for 782,560. The 4,000 also reflects the increase of applications that we got. Compliance fees, just a little bit higher than we estimated because we had more projects than we thought, subject to the compliance fees. Other fees, those include the fees that we charge for the local labor monitoring and also any reasonability reports or third-party consultant reports and that. So that is the 30,000. And then we've done really well on interest.
Yeah.
We've been trying. We've increased that rate a couple times.
Yes.
I was talking with Jane, I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
get that rate up again.
Yeah, so-
Question about the interest rates.
Yes.
We don't anticipate, how long Cricket Valley is in this balances, right? That deposit we hold for Cricket Valley?
So, yeah.
How long are we hanging on to that? Because that was before our time on the board, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure what the agreement was.
So the agreement is that we hold on to that for the length of the pilot.
Oh, okay, so
Yes.
that's gonna be around for a while.
That's gonna be around for a while,
Okay.
and the reason being is that we hold on to it in case of default by Cricket Valley, that the taxing jurisdictions has at least a year to transition.
How much is that? Is that like 1,300,000 or something? That's a big
up
number,
there.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like one, you're correct, like
And what is
I think
the,
it's 1 closer to 1.9 right now.
wow,
Yeah.
and what's the pilot, 20?
it's a 30-year pilot. It's a
Wow.
30-year pilot and,
So every year what they have to do, which they didn't have to do this year because the interest was so much, they have to fund that account to, as Sarah said, to make sure that they have money for the pilot, the next year pilot. Just to, if they were in default or anything.
But that money doesn't leave here, we don't have to do any, should we consider CDs or something like that with it? Or a
So,
portion of it?
I'd have to see the rule
Agreement?
on it, yeah, I
Okay,
didn't,
okay, because it might be worth it if,
because I don't know why it wouldn't have been put into a CD originally.
yeah, I think we, early on, we had this discussion with Marilyn, I think any interest that account bears belongs to Cricket Valley.
oh, okay.
Yes.
It doesn't belong
Okay.
to us.
That's
Doesn't
what,
belong to- oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying is they have to,
All
they
right.
have to keep that balance
Okay,
by, I think it's in September. They have to keep that balance at that amount that is provided in the agreement.
okay, so that's why we're, all
Why,
right.
why would the balance go up or down?
Because it's related, so, in case of default,
Yeah.
they can pay the next year's.
Yeah, I know, but each
pilot
year is checked off, it should be going down.
Oh, that's, no.
No, it's the, I'd have to pull
So,
up.
so Trickett Valley, I believe,
And we get
is
the
not a
interest off this too?
percentage.
No, we don't. That's what I was
I think it's a
thinking.
set
Yeah.
payment.
We don't get the
We
interest.
don't
don't
get
get
the
the
interest.
No,
So, yeah,
This is just, it's
Yeah.
interest. in the
Okay.
escrow
Okay.
account.
yeah, and then we turn it over to them.
Yeah,
Okay.
at the end.
All right.
It'd be nice if we got the interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But I think it will.
So is that, that interest isn't in our proposed budget then, obviously?
Correct.
Or end of the year, okay, so
End
that's
of
just
year.
our interest, okay.
Yes, yes. So that's the revenue part. The expenditures, we expect to be pretty much on budget. There's nothing really that we're expecting that would exceed what has been budget, except for rent. So rent, we transitioned into a larger storage space.
Okay.
Both the IDA and LDC, because we had smaller, very small spaces that were somewhat dangerous with all the documents we had in there. So we moved to a larger space. So we do have the rent cost is higher on the IDA side, but
That's
not
for a
significant.
larger storage unit.
For a large,
Okay.
yeah, it's actually.
Yeah, we'll be able to use it.
We'll be able to use it for years. We got it a little bit bigger than what we need presently, knowing that in the future, we're gonna take the space, so. But in terms of expenditures, we expect to be pretty much on budget.
Looks like we're gonna be under budget, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, a little
Yes,
bit.
a little bit under budget. So, so that's an end of year estimate. Any questions?
Now with the law firm, why? Because we had budgeted 10, and do we owe them another payment, or it's only 4,000?
Yeah,
Where do you see that?
Down at the bottom with the footnotes. On, very bottom of
very
that
bottom
page.
of, right here in this, where it says Capitolina Rothschild.
Okay. yeah.
So we had, estimate 10,000, but it looks like we're only gonna be at 4,000. The 10,000 is just an estimate, because it depends on the complexity of the project.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if we get a really complex
Or if
project,
we have a lot of special meetings.
and a lot of special
Okay, and we
meetings,
didn't
and we
this
didn't
year.
have that, so.
Okay, all right, that
so-
makes sense.
So
Okay.
that's,
Okay,
Oh, that's good, yeah, broken out, I see, okay.
all right.
okay. So then I'm gonna go to the, proposed, 2024. So the admin fee for the proposed includes only one project, one new project, but it includes the third installment of the Arthur May admin fee. And then Belfield and Mirbeau are also on a payment, a 3-year payment plan. So it will be the second year of Belfield's admin fee and the second year of the Mirbeau admin fee. So that's why it's so high.
Okay.
So what's the admin fee? Just like, for instance, or an estimate of like Belfield or Mirabel,
Yeah.
second year, what's like
So, do you have? the-
100,000 or two? I mean, this
It's-
is
it's
a
like-
big
it's-
jump from
It's like
20.
200,000, I don't, do you
It's
wanna?
by is it by the phases too, like, Arthur?
No, so Arthur May has a complex,
Because much smaller scale.
as much as, but it's all, what it is it's the admin fee broken up by 3, so evenly divided
No, I
by 3.
understand, yeah.
Yeah, so it, like Arthur May, they had an admin fee for the first phase. And it's, once they got a temporary CO, they paid 120,600 for this year.
Okay.
So that,
But Belfield should be huge then compared to that size.
Yes, so if you go,
Because I'm just looking, someone's gonna question, why is the budget for 2023 doubling to 2024?
yeah,
That's the question I have.
yeah,
Yeah.
And tripling or quadrupling from 2022,
yeah.
which I understand the lean years are not, but
Yeah.
some kind of breakdown for when that question.
Yeah, so
comes.
do you have the budget open? Jane?
I'll do that now.
Yeah, just so,
Because if you look in the box, there's the numbers, base numbers, and they're in there.
the admin fee,
Is that, it's a percentage?
No, so it's the admin fee itself is, for these projects, is 1% of the first 25 million and a quarter
That's what I
percent
oh,
of the
that's right,
balance.
yes.
So because Belfield was such a large project, they had
Oh, yeah.
asked if they could do it in 3 years.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because it does actually,
a
spread our
revenue
expenses,
stream, right,
revenue
right.
stream.
Still trying to open.
Okay,
That's okay.
all right, so just get us that, just
Yes.
get me that,
Yeah, we can
please.
get you,
Okay.
we can get you those.
Yeah.
That's fine, I mean, everything else is fine, that's the number that just really changes
Yeah,
over the last 2
exactly.
years.
Exactly.
Everything else,
And you'll see it when we do when I showed the 5-year, where it'll kind of go back to
Right.
zero. So
unless we get new projects.
unless we get new projects.
Okay.
So again, the application fee is, we're only expecting one project to come in, primarily due to high interest rates.
Yeah, and they might go up again.
And they may, yeah, so
Yep.
we're thinking the market is going to be hesitant to invest in large scale projects at that time. The compliance fee is based on the number of new projects we have and subject to the compliance fee. Other fees, again, these are the pass-through fees of the local labor monitoring and any third-party consultant reports.
Yeah.
And then interest, we did lower it a little bit, our expectations to be conservative, 50,000 compared to 65, just not knowing
Yeah,
Where interest rates.
where
would be.
interest rates are going to
Yeah.
be.
the number works, it's fine.
Yeah,
So that is that. And then the expenses are fairly similar. We kept it fairly stable. Where we have an increase is in professional service contracts and professional services, is the increase in, I'm going to go back to professional service contracts in a minute, but for professional services, we just increased the local labor cost, compliance cost. If you look at the bottom, we went from 30,000 or 36,000 to 46,100 because we just, Belfield, just the number of projects that are coming on that would be subject to the local labor fees, there's more, so we just increased that cost. That's what accounts for the 62,000 over the, that. To number 10, we are proposing an increase in the professional service contract. That increase includes the increased payment to Hudson Valley Agriculture from 25,000 to 30,000. Tourism, the contract with tourism will stay the same at 425,000. But we are proposing an increase to the service contract between the IDA and the LDC from 150,000 to 200,000. The reason behind that is since we have not increased our service contract since 2018. Since 2018, we have brought on 22 new projects. Of the 22, 3 of those projects are multi-phase projects. So if you consider the multi-phase, we really have a total of 55 new projects since 2018. And coupled with new regulations and compliance requirements that have popped up since 2018, that increased compliance fee, we are proposing on the LDC side, and I'll speak about more on the LDC side, of hiring a full-time compliance officer to help us monitor those projects. Just because it's gotten to a point where it's hard for Jane and I to do it and do our core work, so. So that's what we're proposing. So that is what it accounts for the increase in the professional service contracts.
So the LEC is getting 50 grand more,
It's 50 grand
and
more,
that's for the compliance side?
yeah,
Okay, and in Hudson Valley Ag, we're gonna get 5 grand more?
yeah, so that accounts for the 55,000.
Right, okay.
and Hudson Valley Ag, we've already approved that through the board.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
the other would have to be approved through the board.
Yes, correct.
All right. Right.
And then you'll see a little bit of increase in rent as well, and that again is for the larger storage
Larger
space
service space.
for the IDA.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
any questions?
No.
So then, the next page is just a summary. This is what we post.
Right,
Right,
we just
public.
discussed.
yep.
Yep, and then the last one is Paris requires us to do a 5-year projection. What I'd like to just bring to your attention is at the top, the admin fees, again, for 2023, it's at 839. That's the cost of everything minus the interest. 2024, it's high, but then starting in 2025, it starts to drop
Because of the installments.
because of installments.
Yeah, okay, that was my question before.
All right,
Okay.
and the expenses all just carry through.
Yes,
All right, looks good.
okay.
All right, Jamie, would you be willing to make a motion to present this at the board meeting?
I will make a motion to present the budget for next year as well as the 5-year at the next meeting.
And I will second that motion. Jasmine, could you take a vote, please?
Oh, Jasmine, you're muted?
Jamie Pacone,
Approve.
Kathy Bauer.
Approved.
We also need to do a roll call for the auditors, motion. We didn't do that.
Okay,
So, Jamie Pacone,
Approve.
Kathy Bauer.
approved. All right, does anybody have anything else about the IDA that they'd like to discuss? With that, I'll close the meeting.